The problem is a lot of times in the workplace, people are just, they get paid whatever they get paid. It's all hush hush and blah blah blah, and you don't know who's getting paid what. And then when you find out, you're like, damn, that lazy son of a bitch is making more than me. That's offensive. Yeah, you should be offended by that. You should go to your manager and you should tell them, yo, I found out Tony's making such and such. Like, what's up with that? You know that I do way better work than him. You see all this stuff, blah blah. Like, I want to hear your reason, and if your reason's just like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna just want to leave the job. Like, call it what you will. This is why management doesn't want you to know people's salaries. But this is exactly why you as an employee should know each other's salaries. Like, you shouldn't buy into that view of this is taboo to speak about, because you're only hurting yourself as a worker.
But I actually like that. It was a little bit of a little deviation, but that's a good deviation there, because, like, yeah, fuck all you people out there, anybody, right? You put your business on fucking social media and someone comments, don't get offended. Don't put your shit on social media. If you say, hey, I just broke up my man because he cheated on me, or I quit my job because it's too much, and I comment, be like, yeah, maybe you just don't like the fucking work. Boop. You know?
Personally, I don't like when people out people as gay. I don't like when people out people.
That's different.
Like,
that's a whole...
like, that he's gay, he cheated on me. And it's like, wasn't really your place to be doing that. But, like, I understand where you're coming from. But that person needs to, be able to come out themselves and be true to themselves.
But, yeah, like, that's so, like, what I was trying to transition to is, like, into my next topic is, at my job, I got it in the conversation. How, you good?
No, sorry. I was just trying to understand how the fuck Doey's just random fucking spiel fit into anything.
No, he ruined it, because I was saying, because in my spiel, I went right into my thing, people as and gay. Then Doughboy just fucking came in here.
Who's doing that? Where's this happening? Where are we talking about?
I'm doing the thing again. I'm sorry.
It's all right, dog. It's just, your vibe. When you wear that hat, when these hats come in, you just, it's all right. Anyways, where the fuck was I with this derailments? Yeah,
you're talking about your job.
My job. I had a conversation with some of my customers, and they're telling me, it's like, yo, what the fuck's going on nowadays? Like I hired these young guys, 21, 22, 23-year-olds, and they just feel entitled. Like they need to just be a fucking supervisor or don't put enough work in to just get where I'm at in my position. Like where I busted my ass for 5-6 years to become a boss. And now they just get in here year one barely, and they just want to they think they're entitled to doing shit. They don't have to do the grimy work in the beginning to, you know what I mean? They think they can avoid that and just skip it right over. I'm like, damn. And it's not just this only customer I spoke with. There's multiple customers in my field, and you know what I'm saying, that say the same thing. And I'm wondering for people out there and you guys here, like, do you guys see that at your job? Like the younger kids or the younger crowd, 21, 22, coming in and they just feel entitled, like they don't have to work as hard, like how you did prior. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that a thing?
I think it's been a thing for a very long time. Young people having like an impractical sense of how things work. I remember working at a supermarket, bagging groceries and doing cashier work, looking at my manager and being like, I could do that shit. I could fucking do that job.
Tony, a young 22-year-old Mateo once just stopped going to work. I just stopped showing up for about 2 or 3 months.
Damn.
And I heard my boss called me up eventually and asked if I was coming back to work because they really needed me back in the office. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go in next week. And I did not get fired for this whole incident.
What?
This is incredible.
This is a different time, though. Like, now you do that, that's just, you're just done. They don't want to even think about it.
Yo, that's incredible. What a power move. So that's a fucking power move.
So I don't know how hard I've ever grinded in my life. When I got laid off from the big company I worked at before, I took 6 months before I found a job. I called it my fun employment period. It was fantastic. I had money saved up, had my severance. I didn't do shit, dude. I was sitting in my bathtub, drinking beers and watching like movies on my laptop. It was great.
You were fortunate. Some people don't have that.
A lot of people are not as fortunate. That is accurate.
I'm just thinking about it. They went from "Where's Mateo" to "He's not showing up. He's definitely fired" to "Oh shit, we don't know how to do anything without him. Let's call him back."
I love the power move too. Like instead of being like, "Oh, I'll be right into tomorrow," I'll be in next week. Like he's like, I'm gonna take the rest of this week. You're not. I already had this week planned. I had a couple bathtub and beer sessions.
He said Tuesday too. He
He
didn't even say start of Monday. He said, "Yeah, I'll be in there Tuesday." Like, damn, I need my Monday relaxation from the 2 months I already had off. That's insane. But
It was
no,
good times.
I think it is crazy though because like I put my time in. Like young Doe, little bag boy, didn't want to put his time in. He just wanted to go straight to the top. Like
You didn't want to scrape the eyes.
he didn't want to scrape
Yeah,
the
fuck
eyes.
that.
Like, yo, you got to put your time in. Like, I don't understand that mindset. Like, my mindset was never like that. My mindset was more like, damn, I'm gonna get to that position. And I'm gonna just bust my ass to get to that position, and that's what I did. And now I'm the boss, and where I work at, I'm a supervisor. So it's like, you know, you get somebody to come in, and they're just like automatically think, oh, I don't gotta do that. Why I gotta do that? Yeah, you do. Everybody has to pay their dues, bro. That's just how shit is. Like, you just don't become a millionaire like that. Just, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the CEO. No, it doesn't work like that, bro. Let's just start your own business.
I think it's that mentality that also make it like create such a negative like feeling. Like this idea that you need to pay your dues. Like you need to go through shit just like the rest of us did.
Yep.
It's kind of like, why? Like this is just a job. We all just need to get the work done. Like, what does anything have to do with paying dues, like, or anything like that? Like I feel like, in my view, every fucking generation has it worse than the last, in terms of like how much you get paid, and how much life is affordable and things like that.
The actual
Like,
purchasing power of your dollar, man.
right, like in the 1950s and shit like that, one guy could work at like a meat packing company, and he could have his stay-at-home wife, he could have his 2 kids, he could have his car. They're gonna take a vacation or 2 a year. He's gonna put his kids through college, like off his meat packing salary. Like nowadays, you can't do that shit. Like you need a couple. The couple needs to be working, and you know, college is like astronomical prices now. And
Now, 2 people, even in middle, like, cause I barely make middle wage in New York. So like 2 people making close to what I make a year, even that would be rough to send the child to college. And like, you'd have to like scrounge and save up because of how much it costs right now to live in New York.
A $500 emergency will bankrupt most people in this country. I read a study that was saying that something like 60% of people, a $500 emergency, they don't have that money. They'd have to take out loans. They would have to borrow money from people. They would have to do something to come up with that money.
No, I plan to put massive amounts of debt into my credit cards and just say, fuck it. If the world collapses and I need to, I'll just spend it all and just make sure I get what I need. And then fuck these credit cards. I'm going to go on my shelter.
That goes back to your conspiracy shit. But
I'm just saying.
I think that part of this question goes back to Puch's point from the previous one. If you're under a certain age, you're just a shithead. And there is some amount of entitlement, and there is some amount of just not having a properly formed worldview that goes along with that.
yeah,
I don't think that it's like necessarily like the Zoomers, their generation is just specifically lazy or unmotivated or entitled or anything. I think every generation when they're in that age range is a little entitled and a little naive and a little stupid. We were.
I just feel like it's like popped up more now though. Like
I think it might just be that you're older and you're just actually recognizing it now.
I think it's
Damn.
more sensationalism because you see all these stories about, hey, I walked in to get food the other day at my favorite restaurant and they had a sign and it said that nobody wants to work because everybody's getting government handouts and this and that everybody's becoming just like unappreciative. And I personally don't think that that is what happened. I think people got smart and they were like, hey, Uber Eats pays more than what I would make at any of these jobs. And I don't have to have anybody fucking yelling and screaming at me. I pick my hours. I work when I fucking want to work. And I think there was a lot of these styles of jobs that have come out where people are more empowered in their working hours and what they also the wages went up here as well too. So it's like what am I bussing tables for tips when I could just be making flat out the 15 an hour. The one thing I love to rub in everyone's faces, especially these boomers, is they said, "Oh, these computers are gonna make all these jobs obsolete. Oh, you're gonna be flipping burgers. Oh, well, a computer can do it. Where are all the fucking computers now, bitch? Where are all these fucking robots that could serve everybody now, bitch? Now you don't got any fucking workers. You fucking
man.
talking all that shit."
This clip is going to age poorly here in about 5 years when the robot revolution happens.
Yo, White Castle is already using robots, and I think robots are gonna help, bro. I think it's just gonna be helpful to the world.
Damn, you
Personally,
just straight up.
I don't think.
So you know where the robots are, though.
I'm just saying, when things become modernized, usually they become more helpful rather than more hurtful.
I think that you are correct. I don't think that robots are going to steal all the jobs.
No.
Like I've been to a bar where it was like they had like these self-serve robots. You would do like order your beer and you would pay by the ounce and you go and like pour. You would serve yourself. There's no bartender, and it sucked, man. Part
It's
of
sterile.
it's not the bar experience that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I like the bartender making my drink. I like the variance you get between like this bartender makes shitty cocktails. This one
Fuck
makes
yeah.
strong cocktails and.
I like
think
going to that guy right there. Let's go over to this side of the bar. That bitch be skimping out. Asshole.
Damn.
But
I'm sorry, but it just happens.
But in theory, one day the robots are going to take most of our jobs. That technological singularity is going to happen, and we're going to have serious conversations about universal incomes. And I'm curious how the everyone wants a handout crowd is going to handle that change.
Oh yeah, because you got these. The other thing, a lot of this rhetoric also comes from boomers, which were complete fucking company men. Where these guys are like, I never took a day off in 40 years.
Eat a
Like,
dick.
that sounds like a shitty life. Like, you win the grand prize of having a shitty life. Like,
You ever
So
see
why
those-
you hate everybody
You
and
know
you want to
what?
shoot someone for stepping on your lawn?
Good
Yeah.
job. Here's your perfect attendance award. We're going to give it to you on the stage.
Like that's why I love that meme with the clown. It's a clown, a dude painting his face little by little. Because I never take a day off. He keeps painting his face like, "Oh, I'm a company man." And then there's another picture where everybody's taking out how enjoying their life, and he's just sitting there looking like a fucking clown. It's like, bro, like yeah, I get it, work for the company, bro, but you need a mental break. You need to go take vacation. Like,
let's not also act like they weren't being paid appropriately for their fucking wages back then when you could afford a fucking house for $35,000 and that's all you had to pay. And it's like, voila, you have a white picket fence, you got your fucking wife, you're fucking dancing around and shit. That's not the fucking reality anymore. And if more jobs offered, more just anything, and which is why the unionizing shit is such a hot topic. And if you look at what these companies say about unions, it's all shitting on the people that want a union. They call people who want unions lazy, unappreciative. They have like this big list of words for people who want a union and stuff like that. So you gotta like understand that it's a sign of the times, man. Like, people used to be paid an appropriate wage. It's not happening anymore. On top of that, we got fucking inflation, And that shit is really busting the seams now. Because nobody can live the way they lived 2 years ago with the inflation that we have now.
Yeah.
I see a lot of Kirkland products in my fucking rich people building now. I see a lot of those like cheap brands. I'm like, damn. I'm like, they ain't buying Bounty anymore. That shit stopped.
I also think that's funny though, right? Because like somebody would be like, "Yo, Target's paying $21 an hour to start. Like, I need more money here." My response is, "Go apply at Target." Like what the fuck you want me to do?
We're not
if you
a
can
billion-dollar
make
company.
if you can go make money somewhere else, go make that money.
Yeah.
And then they'll look at you like, "Oh, I ain't gonna leave." I know you're not. So why are we having this stupid ass conversation? Like, if you know somewhere else is gonna offer you more money, go. That's it. Like 9 times out of 10, they won't because they know that that's not realistic. Like those people, it's just, I don't know. I mean,
it is realistic. That's how
No,
we
like-
determine our lives. That's why we move jobs every couple of years, is because we find better opportunities. It's not always just that like, oh, I'm smarter now, or I have more experience. I'm more qualified for that job. Sometimes another job just comes up and it just pays more. So it's like,
go.
I don't think it's wrong to ask your employer like, yo, look, there's this other job. I'm gonna go for it, or maybe you could pay me more and I'll stay here. Like,
Yeah. I think
I don't
depending
find
on
nothing wrong with
that,
it at all, but don't use it as a threat. Like that's my thing. I'll be telling like because like though if you see it in a threat form, like yo, like I need my money or I'm just gonna go to Target. All right, bye.
but what if it was a worker that you liked and you thought had good work ethic? What would you say then?
Depending on how the same thing. If they come up crazy, then I'm gonna be like, no, listen, man, go apply. Like if you want to sit here and have a conversation like, yo, I need more money. I'm doing this, and this, and I've been doing good, then that's different. And then yeah, I can be like, okay, yeah, let me take this up and you know, and I see and I vouch for it. Yeah, I would have no problem trying to give you that bread that you want. Like, you know what I mean? Because I also want to get paid too. I know the feeling. Like we all want to get money. Living is up, like sure, but it's just how you come about it. You know what I mean? Like you come in a dickish way and be like, okay, bye, go apply and tell me how that works out.
I don't think there's anything wrong with telling your boss straight up that like you have a headhunter reaching out that's offering more, or
Yeah.
I could go work at wherever and I know their starting pay is higher than what I make. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly, man.
No, it's just how you say it. Like if you can come ask for more money. It's just how you're gonna go about it. Is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if
someone
someone else is,
ask you nicely, or else you're just not gonna help them.
it's like Pooch. I tell you're my boss. I'll be like, yo, Pooch, I need more money, bro. You don't want to give it to me, I'm gonna go somewhere else. You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Like, damn, that's how you're really gonna ask for a raise? Like,
You wouldn't be happy that somebody just gave you all their cards? That just like, here's my hand.
Okay,
Like-
all right. I'm gonna give you the cards. I'm gonna hand you the cards, and then my other way of giving you the card, I'm gonna just slap it at your face. Which way are you gonna be more accept? Like, which way are you gonna accept more?
I'm not saying you slap him in your face. I would immediately start looking for help. The minute. Thanks for letting me know. Let me know when you're ready to go so I can give you your 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
I
the
just
way.
don't think that telling you that is slapping you in the face. I think
It's the approach.
obviously there's a tactful way to say of saying things, but like Doey's saying, like they're just being open and honest with you. Like, yo, look, these other people are offering this much. I'm gonna leave if you guys can't match. Like, what's wrong? Like, I don't see
There's
the
nothing
harm.
wrong with that. It's just how you're saying it.
Why am I doing this high skill, high danger job when I could be stocking groceries and making $5 more an hour or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's what and I'm 100% with you. Go and make that money. I'm not gonna ever hold anybody back. Like as a
You
boss,
are. You're saying that you're not gonna help. Like, you're saying that by them telling you
No.
that, you're like, all right, well, bye.
No,
I'm
I
not-
just
I'm not-
said
I'm not gonna
how
see
they
your
approach
request.
it, like how they
Now-
how they come to me. I'm not saying like if you want to raise, I get it. I was in your position. I want to raise. I still want to raise. I want more money. I'm just saying like there's a way of coming to me. Don't come at me like a dickhead. Because I'm just gonna be like, yo, all right, go Go apply. Like,
Now, granted, Tony's not like the owner of the company or anything, right? So he's not dictating like what his max pay is he can give to his
Yeah.
workers or anything.
I mean, they dictate that to me. Like, oh, this is the level of how high. You know, every corporate business does that. Like, all right, there's a max here. They have to either get promoted or, you know what I mean? Like, that's how that works in businesses. But it's just, Pucha, you're just not gonna go to your fucking boss and be like, yo, if you don't give me $58 an hour right now, I'm gonna go work for fucking Dell.
No, I won't, because I know there's niggas like you. But I'm
Oh,
gonna,
niggas like me.
yeah, I know that there's people that are gonna be so offended that you would be open and honest with them. So I would be like, oh, hey, so there's this is what the market says about these positions. You know? Like I would come at you.
Pucha, come to me right now. Come to me right now and tell me how I'm your boss. You knock on my door. Hey, it's Mr. Can I come in and talk to you? Sure, Pooch, come on down.
just told
That's gonna
you.
be a bleep right there.
You fucking idiot. I was.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I
But
was.
tell me how
I
you would
just
ask
told
for
you.
more money.
I
No,
just
tell me right
told
now.
you
Tell me
what I
right
would
now.
do.
Tell me right now.
What?
Tell me right now how you're gonna ask for more money. Tell me.
Tell me again. Tell me again.
I mean, I would just tell you about what the positions
No,
are available.
just tell me as I'm your boss. Don't explain
I'm
to
not
me.
doing
Tell
that.
me.
What the fuck is
Okay
this?
then, because he doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. That's my fucking point.
Because I
There's
don't
a way
understand.
there's a way you speak to somebody, especially to your boss. There's a
I'm
way.
not a fucking monkey that you're just gonna tell me to dance right on the spot. I'm
Oh,
good. I'm
my
not.
bad. Let
I'm
me
not
give you a
fucking.
coin.
I'm not gonna play out this
pay
scenario for you.
Let me pay you first so you can dance.
I
Like,
don't know,
no,
maybe you
fuck
should
outta
tell
here.
me.
Tony, I'm
Oh.
a hot babe with a fat ass. You gonna fuck me in the ass?
Whoa, what's going on here?
I'm just putting a proposition something
I
for
do not
you.
want deviant dough hat. I don't want that at all. No, that's some quick pro. You can get fired for that shit. First off, I don't do that. I don't fuck around with that.
Bucho, how come you can't talk about pay with people without them getting offended? What is with
That's what I'm saying. I'm not offended.
It's another. It's another taboo
offended?
topic in the workplace. Okay, you can't tell people how much you
Oh.
get paid.
What's
You
up with
can't-
that?
I'm
It's-
gonna
No,
I'll
you
show
shouldn't.
you.
You shouldn't do that.
No, I'm going to tell you that one.
What?
That one is bullshit.
Why?
You should always talk about your pay with your coworkers because you need to
Absolutely.
know that you're all getting paid what the fuck you're worth. You need to make sure you're not getting fucked. You need to make sure someone else is not getting fucked.
No, that's not good. You should never
You
discuss
sound
your
like
pay
a
with your
manager, Tony.
coworkers. Oh, my bad. I'm a boss.
Tony's got his manager hat on.
Hey,
They
you
fucking
should-
hate when you talk about your pay with other coworkers because
you
they don't
should
want
What's
them to
wrong
have
with
you
telling
fucked.
your coworkers your pay?
You shouldn't do that.
What's wrong with
Because
it?
you yourself can be offended by your coworker making more money. Because then you start examining your coworker, be like, oh, I'll do more work to him. Why is he getting more?
Not
That's-
exactly.
That's exactly
Not
what's going to
exactly.
happen. That's exactly
No,
what's going to happen.
Not exactly.
Though, if
Because
I start
people
paying
who get
everybody-
raises, people who get raises usually aren't people who don't perform.
Sorry, check me out real quick though. We make money off this podcast. I start paying you guys. I start writing checks to you. I'm paying Pucho $25 an hour. I'm
right,
paying
no
Mateo $25 an hour, and I'm paying you $20 an hour. You're not gonna feel the type of way Pucho say I make 25. You're not gonna feel the type of way say like how. You're not gonna feel the type of.
That's the best thing that I could do so we could figure out this issue of why I'm being paid $5 less.
Because you don't edit like them like they do.
You don't edit either, nigga. How much you making?
The CEO, it's different.
How much
Shit.
you fucking making,
You
bitch?
want to worry about my money?
Yeah, nigga, you next.
It goes back to like, it goes back to being in people's
If there's
pockets.
people in different positions and those positions are valued differently, that's one thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. But
Okay.
it's another whole animal to say, look, we all do the same thing, right? Hypothetically speaking, we all go and we all bag groceries, and you find out I'm getting $8 an hour. This guy's getting 10. This guy's getting 12, and whatever. I would take that information and be like, damn, I'm only getting paid $8 an hour. I need to go and talk to.
There's variables in that though.
What
Like
variables?
who's been there long? Is there a time frame?
Why does time matter?
It does matter because if
I
if
ask,
we
why
all,
does it matter?
it matters to the point to tenure at the job. So if you just started at the job, what? Yes. If
You
Doe's been
just
there for
repeated the same thing. It's just you said time again.
okay, yeah. If Doe's been there 3 years, you just started working and you expect to get the same pay
Why
as much
does
as
he
Doe
deserve to make more money than me?
because he's been there longer. He's put the pain in.
Sorry. shouldn't we value the quality of somebody's work? So let's say I work better than Doe. How does Doe
You
deserve more
gotta
money than me
put
'cause
some
he's
time
been
in
there
for me to
longer?
see that you work more better or more efficient than Doe.
Let's say I've
Yeah,
been there 6 months and Doe's been there for 5 years.
and you
I
work
showed
more
you for 6 months.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'm
better
gonna give
worker.
you that raise. Yeah,
No, I should just skyrocket past Doe's salary. No,
no, I'll give you a raise.
some people will say no, that you got to put in that work. That shit makes no fucking sense.
I would give you that raise. I'm not gonna.
You're the only fucking manager in America, buddy.
Raise, motherfucker, raise.
No, I would, bro.
I would give you that
If you're
raise.
like in my job, right? There's levels to technicians, right? There's a tech 1, tech 2, tech 3. A tech 1 shouldn't be coming up to me complaining about why he's making less than a tech 4. Like, yo, you gotta get promoted. You
Why
gotta-
not?
Because there's levels that you have to do certain things to promote yourself. Like everybody, there's a thing literally like a bracket, right? Like you're a tech 1, there's like things you do, and then to be a tech
get
2,
it.
there's a ladder to what you can do. And if you do that ladder, then you become a tech 2 and you get a promotion,
I'm
you get a
saying
raise.
if you're a tech 1 and you're doing the same job that a tech 4 is doing, I would
you're
make
not.
the argument that that person not only deserves the tech 4 title, they deserve the tech 4 salary, regardless
they're
of how
doing-
long they've been at the company.
if they're doing that. If,
I just-
but
that
it's-
was the-
most
that
of
was
the time
the
that's not what it
hypothetical I
is.
just
At my
said.
job, that's not what it is. I don't know about anybody else, but
Well, we're
yeah.
talking about your job. I don't know anybody your job.
I
No,
think
I'm
we're
just
just
saying,
speaking
it's
in
just-
generalities.
in general, yeah, maybe in some perfect world, Pucho, that might make sense. But no.
Perfect world. No, this happens every fucking day. At my job right now, there's people that do better job than other people, and their salaries don't reflect that. And there's people that have high fucking levels that are just raking in the money and they're doing nothing. Like you know, you're supposed to be doing the same work, but they're not doing the same quality or something like that, right? Like in that case, right? I have the opinion that I should be getting paid more than that person.
You know how much everybody gets paid at your house, at your job?
No, but we talk about it.
That's crazy to me. I don't
think
think
you
anyone
should.
should
I
discuss
always-
You
politics.
haven't even laid out a
Absolutely.
reason why. You're just saying
I don't-
the reason why is because you're gonna have more information to
That
use
causes
against your
drama.
employer.
Like, yeah,
That's all you said.
that causes problems for management, right? When everybody knows how
Who
much
cares
everybody's
about
making.
management?
That's your
We're
problem
not
because you guys are not
management. We're
managers.
working.
Y'all just worker bees. When you're in management, you gotta that people are gonna feel offended. You're gonna have people's emotions involved when it comes to pay. Like, why the fuck is Doe getting more money than me? Why the fuck Mateo's making more money than me?
You should have answers to this. It shouldn't be like, oh,
No, because
Yeah,
they work better.
And the answer of they're putting, I don't know, if you're working at a tire repair shop or something, right? And you're like, he repairs fucking 50 tires every day and you repair 10. That's why he's making more money than you. That's an appropriate answer. That's a good response.
Yeah, it just depends.
and
I
if
guess
that
on the
person
situation
feels
for
a
that.
type of way about that, it'll be like, hey man, I understand you. Everybody just wants more in life, but at the end of the day, if they're doing more work than you, they're gonna get paid more than you. If you want to get paid more, you got to do more work
Yeah,
than
put your
them.
dues in,
Like
yeah.
you need to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are you're using factuals to back up your statements. The problem is a lot of times in the workplace, people are just they get paid whatever they get paid. It's all hush hush and blah blah blah, and you don't know who's getting paid what. And then when you find out, you're like, damn, that lazy son of a bitch is making more than me. That's offensive. Yeah, you should be offended by that. You should go to your manager and you should tell them, yo, I found out Tony's making such and such. Like, what's up with that? You know that I do way better work than him. You see all this stuff, blah blah. Like, I want to hear your reason, and if your reason's just, like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna just want to leave the job. Like, call it what you will. This is why management doesn't want you to know people's salaries, but this is exactly why you as an employee should know each other's salaries. Like, you shouldn't buy into that view of this is taboo to speak about, because you're only hurting yourself as a worker. Like, even you, Tone, you feel you're a manager, but there's people above you. There might be other people at your level in other districts or however the fuck your job is laid out. Those people might be getting paid like 10 times what you're paying, and you might be doing more work. That's good to know. So then you got an idea of, even if that salary's way out of what you want, you might have an idea of, oh shit, I only wanted like 3 more G's, but you might be like, damn, I might be able to swing 7. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have more
Next
bargaining
time you
chips.
go to the table and when they're talking about raises and promotions, you'd be like, nah, this is what I want.
No, that's a fact. like when I ever get like when I get my next promotion, yeah, I'm gonna say what I want. That's it. That's what I want. If I don't get that, then okay.
Yeah, I'm
Niggas
saying,
will
but
figure it out.
picking what you want, knowing what other people make is important too.
No, yeah, I in the position I want, I have a real understanding of what and how much needs to be, well, like how much you should make. Right? There's like for example, let's say there's a $50,000 to an $80,000 bracket for that position. Like I know where the gap is or what, you know what I'm saying? Like where I need to be or what I want to be at and what people are at that I know ain't doing what the fuck I'm doing. So it's like, I know this, but that's not me asking people. Like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking it up and finding out, but it's not me. I don't think that you should go there once you find out how much somebody make, you should look at yourself first and be like, all right, what am I not doing? What am I fucking up at? Because when I go and approach, no, seriously though, like if I'm saying, damn, like Doe's making $40 an hour, I'm making 30. What the fuck is he doing that I'm not?
Like in boxing, wrap that shit up, nigga. We doing to the next one.
Man, fuck that.
Nah,
If-
yeah,
if,
that's a good conversation.
If obviously if someone's getting paid more than you should ask yourself, what are they doing? Are they doing more work than
Yeah,
you?
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
an
Like,
obvious fucking
yeah.
question. But how do you change the statement a little bit? You're saying before you ask someone how much they're making.
No, before you go tell your boss. My bad, I misspoke.
No,
that.
for sure. But you've already done the bad thing according to you. You've already asked somebody, or you already
I didn't-
discussed your salary.
No, I haven't. I just searched it up. It's well, for my job, you can search up like when you do
You have pay ranges for different
Yeah, exactly.
positions and things like that.
yeah.
Yep.
You just look up
Which
pay
which
range.
Those
which
things
which
are
is
highly inaccurate. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of variance in those, and honestly, dude, like it's never a bad thing to have more knowledge. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you can go in with that extra ammo of just even if you don't mention, I know he's making such and such. Even if you just know like, okay, this is the up to this dude is the bar for asking for this range. It's useful information, man. I think that employers push this narrative that you shouldn't discuss your pay with other coworkers just to protect themselves.
It's been like that since I've started working in the field. Like no one talks about how much they make. It's like almost
yeah,
like
but we've been convinced by society to be this way.
it's like almost why you watching my pockets, right? Like if I were to tell Doe or something, oh, like yeah, this and that. Like why are you worried about my pockets?
That's what they make you feel. They want you to think of it as employee versus employee, but you guys don't dictate what you guys get paid. Only the guy upstairs does. It's you versus that guy. It has nothing to do with the other employee. You could find out that Doey gets paid more than you and be mad at Doey. That's stupid. You should be mad at the guy who decided that's how much you're worth. Like, just imagine the scenario where you have a friend, right, who works at a job. You know how much he gets paid for that role. And then let's say you apply to that position, right? You have an idea of how much they get paid. So when they ask you how much you want to get paid, you already know the ballpark, right? But isn't that a question always a mystery? You're always like, fuck, I hope I put high enough, because what if they're willing to pay way more and I just pick a low number?
No, that's why you just reach for you aim for the highest amount, and then like if you say
you can get denied for that though. This is my least favorite thing on
Yeah,
this
my wife
fucking
got denied from a job once for that reason. They were just like, oh, the salary you picked is too high. All right, no, we can't do this. Bye. End of the show.
That question is such bullshit. I fucking hate that when you're like applying for a job, you're doing the interview, and they're like, so what pay range were you hoping for? I was like, no, what is the pay range of the job? And I'll tell you what my number is in that range.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you some magic number and hope my number's in your range. Just tell me what the range is.
no, yeah,
Then we both know if we're wasting each other's time or not.
yeah, you both. Though you're muted, you both should have a like when you go and talk to the boss or the owner, or whoever. You'd be like, yo. So and they ask you how much you want to get paid. Like, no, tell me what you're willing to pay, and they will go from there. What's your number? You never
I'd be
want
like
to reveal.
$1 million and a prostitute every night. What the fuck you mean? What do you want to get paid? You know what I mean?
No, dude, I'm saying your boss asks you, yo, how much do you want to get paid? You'd be like, how much you got to hit them with the reverse. You got to be like, well, how much what's your number? Tell me your number. And you gauge it from there. Because if you saying 20 in your head and he tells you, all right, well, I can give you 25. Off rip, you're winning now. So now you know that you can go higher than 25 and it might work. You know what I mean? Instead of you saying 20 and then your boss is like, damn, sucker. I was going to say 25.
That shit is using people's inexperience against them, basically.
That's what we were saying. That's what my dad was saying. Like,
basically, one guy has all the information and the other guy doesn't. And also, you can't do that forever. Like, I've been in an interview where I was just like, "Oh, how much how much you guys doing for the role?" And then they're like, "Well, we don't have a specific number." And we're just playing the game where no one's trying to tell each other the number. It's like, why do we think that work isn't about money? Why do employers are like they're like, oh, we want you to grow as an employee and we want you to feel good about. It's like, no, I want to get paid. This is why I work here. It's to make money. This is why I'm working at this place. Like pay me. That's it. Like how is when you go to a job interview, you talk about everything else before you get to the most important thing is how much am I getting paid? This is the whole point. Like that should be the first thing you get out of the way. You get into the interview and you go, yo, all right, what's the position pay? All right, cool. Let's have the interview. I like that range. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you want people to waste their. That's just so ridiculous to me. I can't believe it.